Hi everyone, welcome to Greeklish Outdoors. Today we are looking at a Extreme Outdoors 24-hour ration pack. So, stick around. So I bought this ration on eBay from a French seller at least probably 6 months to a year ago now. This ration is actually made in France and has a pretty good shelf life. The best before date on this one is 2026. Anyway, let's take a closer look. So this Extreme Outdoors 24-hour ration, this is menu number T9. As you see here, it says proudly made in France, and there are some precautions before using, such as if anything is leaky or abnormally deformed, they should not be consumed. On the back it gives a little bit more details, and the fact that it weighs 1.8 kilograms. This menu avec pork has pork in it. There are ones which do not have pork, just like the French military rations. It contains a total of 3,600 calories, and 64% are from carbohydrates, 20% are from fat, and 16% are from protein. Right, let's have a look at what's inside this ration. As you see, packed full of items there. I'm interested to see how similar this is going to be to a regular French military ration, or even the commando one that I tried recently. First up, it contains 2 of biscuits with cereals, 3 bags of salted biscuits, and 3 bags of biscuits with chocolate. We have these, which are Cannelles de Bordeaux. These are little French pastries which often have rum in them. We have a 25-gram bar of 70% chocolate, a cereal bar with apricots, a cereal bar with caffeine, the main courses of duck sausage with beans, and pork with pineapple and rice. We have some muesli, which has prune yogurt, blueberry and gooseberry in it. We have a sachet of potage curry, which I believe is potato curry. We have a 78-gram tin of pâté, a pack of tissues, a nougat with fruits bar, an isotonic drink, strawberry mint flavour, some apricot jam, a pâté de fruit, so a fruit jelly bar, looks like raspberry flavour, the classic French issued stove. In this box it contains a bendable metal stove, which you can see on the top here. It contains the fuel, a toothpick, a rubbish bag and some matches. And finally we have a little accessory bag. In there we have 2 packs of salt, 2 packs of pepper, a black tea, a mint tea, 2 packs of sugar, 2 coffees and 1 hot chocolate. That's everything in this Extreme Outdoor 24-hour ration. That's a nice variety of food. Yes, it's very, very similar to the French rations I reviewed in the past, with a few exceptions such as the Cannelles de Bordeaux, the potage curry, and a few of the bars look a little bit different too. For breakfast I'm going to have this muesli with the fruit, the apricot cereal bar, a cup of coffee, a pack of chocolate biscuits, a pack of cereal biscuits and some apricot jam. First up, let's get some water on to boil for the coffee. I'm looking forward to trying this muesli, but unlike Google Translate, the back actually says plum, blueberry and red currant with yogurt. Unfortunately with these mueslis, there is no gusset, so you cannot stand it up anywhere. Give it a little mix. And there we have it. Definitely some pieces of fruit in there. Right, let's open up these biscuits cereals. Biscuits chocolat. So you can see the difference. I'm going to try a bit of the cereals one first. It's a nice crunchy biscuit. You can taste the grains in it. Slightly sweet. That's very pleasant. Now the chocolate one. Again, a good crunch, and again, not overly sweet. A very mild chocolate flavour, but yet again, very, very pleasant. Let's open this cereal bar with apricot. So that looks like. That is delicious. Super powerful hit of apricot. A caramel flavour too coming through. You can taste some of the cereal grains in there. That is really delicious. Much more powerful apricot flavour than I was thinking. Well, let's try this apricot jam. I'll put it a little bit on this cereal cracker. Very delicious, sweet, smooth apricot jam. It's got a fantastic colour to it. It tastes of very good quality, and it goes perfectly with these cereal biscuits. Our water's steaming, so let's make up this coffee. I've not even stirred it yet. I can already smell a really intense coffee aroma there. I've had this coffee several times in other French rations, and I know it is of good quality. Very nice, very smooth. For me, doesn't need any creamer or sugar in this. It is perfect on its own, and I'm not the biggest coffee fan, but for me this is very, very nice. Well, let's try this muesli. Wow, it's bursting with fruit flavour, a hint of sourness from the yoghurt, nice chewy oats. I can taste prune or plum in there, that's for sure. Every now and again you get a hint of sour red currants. Very, very pleasant, super tasty, and I have to admit, it's extremely filling. I'm not even halfway through and already I feel pretty full. So this would definitely set you up for the day. Everything so far has been very, very tasty. I'd be very happy with all this in an extreme outdoor situation. Very, very tasty, packed full of energy. Yeah, breakfast gets a thumbs up from me. Cheers. Right, it is lunchtime and we're going to have the pork with rice and pineapple. We've got the iced tonic beverage, cereal bar with cafe, the fruit jelly bar, some mint tea, some salted biscuits, and these quenelles de Bordeaux. First up, we need to heat up the pork. Let's get this stove out. I do like the fact they've got Eiffel Tower on the matches and also the Champs-Élysées. It's a nice little touch if you're French and missing home. Right, let's put this on there. We're going to need to heat up some water for the tea. So whilst we're waiting for the main meal, let's check out this cereal bar. It looks quite like the apricot bar we tried at breakfast. Definitely got a nice coffee smell about it. Let's give it a try. Very, very mild coffee, if not caramel flavour, to be honest. It's soft, chewy, very sweet, but not overpoweringly sweet. That's actually very, very nice. The little Rice Krispies in there, a little bit of texture to it. Delicious. Let's make up this isotonic beverage with strawberry mint flavour. Sounds very interesting. It does state to use half a litre of water. I've probably got a little bit more than that, but for me these things are always quite sweet. Well, that's a very vivid pink colour. I'm going to stand that aside and hopefully it'll go fully into solution. I'm going to leave that to brew for about 5 minutes. One of the many things I like about these rations is the fact they give you this little handle to pick up your meal so you do not burn yourself. There's some lovely vegetables in here. You can see peppers, courgette, some nice pieces of pork and the rice. Right, let's give this a try. Wow, that is delicious. It's got a really nice sweet curry flavour to it. For me, it is seasoned perfectly as it is. I don't need the salt or pepper. The courgettes have got a nice bit of texture to them still. They're not just completely mushy. Let's try a piece of this pork. It's nice and tender. There's some really big pieces of meat in here. Look at that there. It's delicious. Many times when I'm eating these rations, they're okay, they're very edible, but they're not delicious. I've found that some of these French components are in fact delicious, and I would be happy eating these at home. Let's try some of this bright pink strawberry and mint isotonic drink. It's not overly sweet, probably because I put a little bit too much water in, and it hasn't quite dissolved all the sugar, but there's a very nice subtle strawberry and mint flavour to it. There's obviously salts in there, but it's not overpoweringly salty like some isotonic beverages are. It's got a nice balance of sweetness and salt, and a really nice mint aftertaste, which is very unusual to have in these military isotonic beverages. Again, it's like a gourmet isotonic beverage. Very tasty. The tea looks ready to drink now. It's got a lovely strong mint smell to it. Cheers. That's lovely hot mint tea. A very nice mix of spearmint and peppermint in there. Really refreshing, and of course good for the digestion, which makes it a really good addition to this ration. So let's try this raspberry jelly bar. Now, I had one of these in the past and it was amazing, so I'm expecting nothing less today. There it is. Soft, sweet, chewy, bursting with raspberry flavour. Very natural tasting, to be honest, too. It goes down so easily. A really nice sweet boost, and it actually contains 51% fruit puree, 38.5% from apples and 12.5% from raspberries. Now, hopefully I've saved the best for last. I've never had these before, so I'm really looking forward to trying these. Wow, they smell super strong of alcohol. That's what they look like out of the tin. Yeah, very boozy. They really smell like rum. Let's give them a try. Nice, sweet, not too sweet. A real big kick of rum flavour. The texture's unusual. It's almost like a sweet crumpet. It's lovely and moist in the middle. I'm surprised to have something like this in a ration pack, definitely a morale boost. I know in the Italian ration they used to give a little shot of liqueur, and for me this is probably as good if not better. Totally surprised by this. Pleasantly surprised. What an unusual dessert to have in a ration pack. Everything in this ration so far would make you think like you're not in an extreme survival situation and you're either at home or like this, even in a restaurant. The food is that good. Let's try these salted biscuits. Now, of course, you can have these with the main meals. I just wanted to try them on their own. A very nice crunch. And I actually remember these from the last French ration I had. Quite salty, not at all really sweet, but a nice crunch. They don't taste stale. A little bit of cereal in there as well, I think. Tasty, but definitely better, I think, to have these with one of the main meals. For our final meal, we have the duck sausages with beans, the hot chocolate powder, coffee, this potato curry soup, some black tea, some chocolate, some fruit nougat, some pate, and some chocolate biscuits. So first of all, let's heat up this duck sausage and beans. Let's make this black tea. It is a boiling hot day, so I am going to make it cold. Well, I'm going to leave that to steep for a few minutes now. Well, let's look at this nougat aux fruits. It's very, very sticky. It has melted in the packaging. There you go. Well, let's give this a try. Nice, sweet, chewy, fruity bar. A little bit of rice paper on the outside, I think. Bursting with sweet, fruity flavour. Very, very nice and packed full of energy. Looks like there's some apricots in there, maybe some cherries as well. Delicious. So that's been steeping for a couple of minutes. Cheers. Very nice. Mild but floral black tea. Super refreshing on a day like this. The duck sausages are almost ready, but I haven't got a little table or a little tray for my lap, so let's quickly make one. Not the best, but it's going to be something fairly flat to rest that tin on. So there we have the meal. It's nice and ready. That nice sausage here, a different kind of sausage here, pieces of duck in there too. My little tray is working fine. Let's give this a try. First the beans. Super nice rich flavour. Try a piece of that duck. Super tender, full of flavour. Well, let's try a bit of this sausage, which looks different to the other one. Very nice, mild tasting sausage. Well, let's try a piece of this larger sausage. It is so tender, it almost melts in your mouth. Let's get a bit with everything on. I have had this before in the past, and I'd forgotten how delicious it was. All the components are cooked very, very well. Full of flavour, There's lots of meat in this dish, and obviously the rest of it is beans, so it is packed full of protein and some carbs and fats as well. The pork with pineapple and rice was delicious, but this is even better. What a fantastic meal. And as I said earlier, it's basically the same stuff as the French military get, and to be honest, in my opinion, they are still the best rations out there. Right, let's get some water on to boil for that coffee and hot chocolate. Let's add this cacao mix. And as I have an extra coffee, I'm just going to put that in there too. And now we've got a lovely creamy chocolatey coffee drink. Let's see if this tastes as good as it smells. A lovely chocolatey coffee flavour, of course, but it needs a little bit of sugar, which of course we have in the ration, so let's use it up. I think I've probably added a little bit too much water, hence it needs the sugar. Let's try it now. Yeah, that's actually better. Normally I don't like adding sugar to things like this, but as I said, I add a little bit too much water and therefore it needed a little bit of extra sweetness to it. Yeah, a lovely rich chocolatey flavour, a hint of coffee in there, but not overpowering. A nice warm chocolatey drink is always welcome, I think, especially if you're outdoors, whether it's camping or hiking, or you're out working or in a survival situation. Something like this really lifts your morale. But I'm going to have this 70% chocolate. There you see, a little bit of blooming on it, but not too much. I'm getting 4 nice sized squares in this 25 gram bar of 70% chocolate. That's fantastic. I love dark chocolate because it's so rich and smooth. You don't really need to eat very much of it, I don't think, before it kind of satisfies your chocolate urge. That is delicious and goes really well, of course, with the hot chocolate. Right, we have 3 items left: chocolate biscuits, the pâté, and this potato curry soup. But I'm going to have these a little bit later on for a kind of late night bedtime snack. Time to make up this potage curry, so let's heat up some water. If you can hear a helicopter in the background, it's because we have fires here in Greece at the minute and they are trying to put them out. Hence why I am using my alcohol burner and not lighting a fire myself. Right, whilst we're waiting for the water to boil for the potage curry, let's open up this pâté. If you can see that properly, that's what it looks like. Let's get a nice piece out. You can see there's jelly on there. Right, let's try a little bit on its own first. Very nice, chunky, meaty pâté. A nice little bit of jelly adds a little bit of moisture to it. Yeah, almost a bit like a liver sausage taste, to be honest. Very, very pleasant. Now, I made a bit of an error today. I didn't bring the remaining salty biscuits with me. I only got the chocolate ones. So I don't think I'm going to put this pâté on those chocolate biscuits, I'm afraid. Maybe some of you do, but I'm not going to do that today. But it is a very nice, luxurious, salty, meaty pâté. Very, very delicious, to be honest. Right, speaking of the chocolate biscuits, let's give these a try. You see there's a few chocolate chips in there. Yeah, I've tried these many times. They're fine. They're crunchy. They're a little bit sweet, not too sweet. A very, very mild flavour of chocolate in there. But yeah, a nice little addition to the ration, having all these different types of biscuits. Right, so let's put this in the water now. Smells and looks like curry. So there we have our potage curry. Cheers. Oh, a very nice thick potato curry soup, basically. It took a while for it to go into the water, but it is a nice, fairly thick soup. Can you hear the chopper in the background? Unfortunately. Anyway, back to the potage curry. A very, very nice, mild curry flavour. Obviously some taters in there as well, some nice herbs. This would be perfect on a cold night. It's very, very warming. It's quite filling as well. Yeah, overall, just a nice curry soup, basically. So that was everything in the Extrem Outdoors 24-hour ration pack. I thought this was fantastic. Basically a French ration pack like the one I've tried recently, the Commando one, with a few differences in the snacks and a few additions in this one, but it was absolutely excellent. Everything was very, very tasty, extremely good quality, and basically felt like I was eating at home rather than eating an MRE. So a nice, balanced, tasty ration here. One of my favourites, I think. Do let me know what you thought about this one. Have you actually seen this one? Have you wanted to try it? Have you tried it already? Do let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching. Take care. Much love. Au revoir.